Hello everyone, in this session I'm going to discuss about this class for intermediate reading class. So there are 6 topics that we are going to cover. The first one about joining Google Classroom. Second one is about me, the lecturer for intermediate reading class. And number 3 is about this course. And number 4 is about what's a corpus. This might sound strange for you now, but don't worry if you just heard this for the first time. I'm going to describe what a corpus is later on. Number 5, I'm going to discuss some frequently asked questions, but that does not mean that you cannot ask me questions later on. Number 6 is the summary of this session. So the first thing that you have to do is to join Google Classroom and join my class using the following code. This is important because I'm going to put the announcements, notifications, exercises, materials, all in Google Classrooms. Okay, so if you haven't joined, please do. I'm going to allocate some times. I have pasted this into the link below, so you can already just click on that URL or use this code. Second topic is about me. My name is Prihantoro. I will be your lecturer for this course, intermediate reading course. And my research interests are as follows, starting from corpus linguistic translation up to morphosyntax. I'm specialized in corpus construction and corpus processing, so this might sound strange to you, but I'm going to describe this later again. And if you take corpus linguistics or introduction to corpus linguistics class, these all will be crystal clear for you. So basically, I'm dealing with software. I'm creating some programs, dealing with some programs that can help language analysis or text analysis, to be more precise. And if you want to know more about me, you can go to my website, prihantoro.rf.gd. Okay, that's enough about me. And now what we're waiting for is about this course. So in this course, I'm expecting you to be autonomous learners. So autonomous learners is a learner that does not specifically just rely on the lecturer. So this class or this course is expected to be student-centered learning. As the picture says, less us. Us here refers to lecturers, more them refers to the students. So you should be more proactive than the lecturer in student-centered learning scheme. So in this course, no more reading strategies like in basic reading course. If you took basic reading course with me, then you would have these materials already, like how to develop vocabulary acquisition, how to use prediction and inference using think alouds and monitoring comprehension, and other reading strategies, how to use dictionary, etc. So in this course, there will be no more of such thing. We are going to do exercise, and only exercise. And plus feedback, of course. So by the end of the exercise, when you finish the exercise, you can check your answers. So I suggest that you don't allocate all of the time for completing the exercise. Okay, so spend like 5 minutes to check the feedback. So if I allocate 15 minutes for the exercise, use the 10 minutes to do the exercise or the assignment, and use 5 minutes to see the feedback and learn from it. And I will also be available so you need to discuss anything relevant to the class. It does not mean that you cannot ask anything outside intermediate reading class. If you have some questions which is not directly relevant to this class, about translation, perhaps about writing, about conversation or speaking, linguistics, feel free to discuss it with me in this class. If I have time, I will answer your question in this class, but if I don't have any time, if we are running out of time, we can discuss outside this class via different media. And there will be 16 meetings, 14 meetings just for classes and 2 meetings for exams. Okay, this is important. There are 2 types of assignments. The first one is ungraded and the code is U. Okay. And the second one is graded. The code is G. What does they mean? All of them are assignments. They are designed to train you how to read better. Okay, but ungraded means that I'm not going to collect the grades. The grades will not be calculated for evaluation purposes. And graded means that the grades will be used for evaluation. Okay, so as you see here, I'm hoping that you can see my mouse here. So I'm pointing at the assignments 33% under the grading or course evaluation. So this will determine your grade, your final grade, A, B, C, or pass or fail. 65% will be allocated from the results of your exam, and 35% will be taken from the assignments, the graded assignments to be more precise. So I suggest that you focus on doing the graded exercise, but that does not mean that you can just leave all the ungraded exercise unobserved. So you still need to observe them. You need to do them because that will be part of my subjective evaluation. So assignments, graded assignments and exams are parts of the objective evaluation, but I also apply subjective evaluation on the basis of ungraded exercises or ungraded assignments. Next, okay, in each form, perhaps, yeah, most likely that you're going to see this question. It's all about the corpus. Yeah. What does the question mean? This will determine whether or not I'm allowed to use your data anonymously for linguistic research. So your data will be used for linguistic research, and that will also contribute not only to linguistics, but also to other areas such as artificial intelligence, software development, machine translation, etc. Okay, so if you tick yes, then this will be valuable or really valuable contribution to knowledge, particularly in the areas that I have previously mentioned. What does anonymous mean? So in this context, your name, student number, class, and private information will be kept confidential and will not show up even though users search the corpus. Corpus is a kind of linguistic database. Okay. Which data is used? Your translation. In this case, this is not the translation, but the answers. Yeah, so the answers are used to build up corpus. Yeah, we will pause this. Yeah. Now we've come to the definition of a corpus. A corpus is a collection of natural language data. That's what you need to know now. If you want to know more, you can read some references, which I can suggest, or you can join an introduction to corpus linguistics course later on. But this is only an example of how a corpus looks like. Now, frequently asked questions. First, you can't join Google Classroom. Well, use Gmail account if you have one and create one if you don't have any, because most likely 90% of the reasons why people can't join Google Classroom is that they don't use accounts acceptable for Google Classroom, and Gmail is perfectly acceptable. You can't submit assignment. So in this case, pay attention to the schedule of the assignment. Yeah. If within submission time, there should be no problem. Okay. You don't want to contribute to the data, corpus data, no problem. This will not affect your grade, just take note. You need something urgent, yeah, and maybe you have questions. How is the best way to reach me? WhatsApp, email, or Facebook, because I have some social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram. The best way to check is via my email, because that's the only media that I check regularly. I don't check my WhatsApp, my Facebook, my Twitter, Instagram regularly. So only my email. Okay. And you might have other questions too, but we'll keep that for later. This is some recommended readings. Yeah. So you can see that the first one is a book, and the second and the third ones are links to dictionaries. So dictionaries will be very, very important, yeah, in this class, as you might use it to retrieve some word that you consider difficult or hard to understand. So here's the summary. We've discussed about joining Google Classroom, about me, about this course. We've discussed about what's a corpus, yeah, and then frequently asked question, and this is the summary. Done for now. Any question? Any comment? Did I miss anything? So feel free to drop them in the comment section and let me know by email, private message, etc. Thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next session.